All right, so here I am in our new shop. It's actually been about a year since we first moved in, and now we've had to expand to a new shop. Our last shop was about 800 square feet, and this one is about 1,600, so it's just a little bit bigger. All right, so that whole back wall is 40 feet, and this whole wall here is 40 feet, so about 1,600. I moved some things in here. For example, the bandsaw there. I had a little shelf there that I was gonna put over here. Just some random stuff. The forklift will live here. And we actually got also a new welder. For their purchases, we got this, the Miller Envision for 50 MPa. This is a pretty badass welder. MIG welder, does pulse MIG and, you know, arc gouging and a couple other things, but that's pretty much, it's pretty much just a MIG welder. We have the spool or the feeder coming, so we're going to be able to do aluminum and steel with that one coming up, so that'll be nice. Let's see what else we got. What else is new? The biggest thing is this. So we got a nice little Omax Waterjet here, and this Omax Waterjet is a 8160, and that's 8160 just means the cutting area. So it can cut, has a cutting area 80 inches by 160 inches, roughly. This is going to be interesting. Over the next couple days, I got to go from that panel there. I'm going to run a, I think it's a 40 amp circuit all the way around, so that I can, probably about halfway in the wall, so that I can hook up this welder. That'll be our main workhorse, especially for the next project we got going on. So that's the primary deal. Also, from that transformer, or that panel, I'm going to run to a transformer. This guy right here, oops, run to that little transformer right there. Let's grab this guy. Oh, that is slippery. All at the same time. So here is the transformer. High side is the 480 at 54 amps. Low side 208 at 125. So it's a 45 kVA transformer, and yeah, you can see here it has basically the wiring diagram. So I don't need the neutral side for to run the Omax, so I can hook this up in reverse, and yeah, should be just fine. And I can go over some of the Omax stuff here. To get Omax technical support, you have to buy their $60,000, or not 60, you have to buy their $6,000 like a little membership program, as if you would have bought it brand new. But we haven't done that because we bought it used, and we don't know if we're going to do that. All right, so just as the footprint here, the space between that wall and that brick wall on the right is around 30 feet, and we have over 12 feet of ceiling clearance here. So when we bought this, we didn't necessarily know exactly how it would set, the footprint or whatever else, but the wiring for the pump is not very long, so the pump, we originally wanted the pump to be way on this side. It'd just be a little bit easier for, you know, saving wire, because you're going to go from that panel in the corner to a little transformer we have here. But overall, so the pump has to go on this side. Great. The SRS, the solids removal system, which just gets all the Waterjet cuts with sand. So this whole tank here will be full of water, but eventually it'll start filling up with sand. And you can see a lot of like this, yeah, that dirty dirt remnants. That's all that garnet stuff. So that'll eventually get it full up with sand. This pump here will pump it out into this bucket, and just makes it a lot easier to remove versus having to remove all the slats that fit in there that support your workpiece. Removing them all and then going here with a shovel and cleaning it out, which you could do, but this thing should be easier. So the way this is supposed to set up is, you can see that pump, it has a little spout off to the side, and that spout dumps into this bucket, and this bucket, when it's full of water, the water will return out of there back into here. So this whole system is supposed to set, if it was here, it'd be into the wall. So this, we had to get, you know, close to a foot off the wall here, so we have enough room on the other side for all the stuff that we need. So right now I just rotated it sideways. I'm gonna cut off that little tip there and basically extend it so it can fit into this bucket, and then just run another little pipe out of that hole back into the bucket. So that's that solution there. And then while I'm down on this side, there is this return here. That's where the water drains out of the whole thing as you keep adding more. I'm gonna have a like sump pump thing like you'd have for a basement bathroom, and it'll just pump it up to the ceiling and then over to the bathroom, which is on the other side of that wall behind the ladder. So that'll be great. Let's see, what else? Oh, the installation kit for these from Omax. I'm not really sure what comes in it, but the installation kit's around 1,500 bucks. And I think the first thing that has to be done is you level it. You basically jack that side up a little bit, jack the far side up, level the whole machine, and then there's these little foot pads here. Like this is one that broke off when I was installing it. It's a little bit of foam, and then it has like some concrete epoxy that you put along all of the feet along the whole way. And I think there's even some in the middle. So either way, put all those in, let it cure, and then you should be good to add water and everything else. But before I do that, I have these beams here. This is like these big I-beams that hold the bridge that actually cuts. You can see that the beams are pretty thick. I think that's probably 3/4 of an inch, and that's probably 1/2 inch, and it's 20 feet long. So I don't know how much those weigh, but you know, they weigh a decent amount. The specifications for this is 9,000 pounds, and we were close to being able to move it with this propane forklift. It's rated to hold 6,000 pounds, and those are 4-foot forks. But this thing is a little bit wider than 4 feet, so you'd have to have forklift extensions and some equipment dollies, and then you could move this yourself pretty easily. It was pretty simple. Anyways, so this little bridge thing here will get picked up and then bolted down to this foot, and then there's another foot on that one way over there. Way over there. Right there. Like I said, I will try and post a couple other videos on how the installation goes. I'm going to do whatever I can to do it myself. And then if we have to hire a technician, we'll do that. I think depending on where you live, I think they said the base rate for technicians around $3,500. Their membership is around $6,000. So we're going to try and do it ourselves without either of those. I think another thing we actually plan on doing is on the ceiling. We have some painting to do. We're gonna put some unistrut up there with some track and wheels so that I can hang a lot of things, so I can just hang it while I paint it, and then I'll probably, I don't know how far forward I'm gonna go, but we'll see what happens. All right, so thanks for watching. I will put some more videos up as we install, how we're doing it and what we're doing. But if you have any advice or any questions about you installing your own Waterjet, send a message down below and we'll respond as soon as we can. But that's pretty much it.